And we're live. Welcome to a very special episode of Plugged In from YAA Electric. I'm Justin Fisher, joined once again by Justice. How you feeling today, Justice?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well today. It's Friday, so that's always good.
Yes, indeed. And today we are going to go over the EVs with the most availability right now. This is something that it's info people actually need, right? Yeah, sure, a review about a car that's coming out in 8 months is helpful, but this is info that a lot of our members over at joinyaa.com actually want right now. Which EVs can they buy if they go out with a pocket full of change this weekend? We'll see. But Justice, remind me, are we going to be talking about just new EVs or new and used?
So I look at new and used. Sometimes the deals are equivalent. Sometimes you can get a great deal on used. So I went ahead and put them all together there.
Awesome. And as we go through this list, we're going to be pulling them up on YAA's own car search to see what kind of deals are closest to the DC area where we're headquartered. But we might even dabble in the California market because, Justice, that's where you're at. And we know that about 2/3 of EV buyers in America still live over there on the West Coast. We'll see what we can find. But I figured we could just dive into this because I think we've got plenty to talk about today.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'd like to start off with just getting this out of the way and over with. Um, let's just get Tesla done and over with. Because everybody knows. Obviously,
Okay.
they're the largest EV maker. They have the most vehicles. Um, when I did my search on these numbers, I looked at our car listings through joinyaa.com/cars to find these. So these are not the ones that are on the Tesla website,
Hmm.
which I highly recommend you actually buying a Tesla from Tesla directly. The prices are better. So,
Yeah.
but out of all the Teslas, we have 5,570 total Teslas available nationwide with our search. Of those, the Model 3 is the
Oh.
most available at 3,382 nationwide available. So of the 5,500, 3,300 are Model 3s. And then 1,612 are Model Ys. And
Okay.
then you have 865 Model S and 576 Model X. Um, so just to sort of get those numbers out there, Model 3, obviously, uh, lots and lots of people were flipping those. That's why they're out there in such large numbers. We have lots of members of our own community who are out there flipping their Model 3s. I know a couple members that have flipped multiple because they were just going for such a high amount out there at the dealerships.
Yeah, I'm too lazy to do that. I don't really want to be buying Teslas and flipping them.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is definitely keeping the prices for used Teslas and other EVs quite elevated. People are making money doing it, but it's kind of ruining it for the rest of us. But hey, where there's money to be made, people are going to make money. So
Yeah.
as you can see on our own car search that I got pulled up on screen share, Tesla does not sell new EVs via the dealership model. Duh, you guys probably already know that if you're watching the channel. So you do not find any new Teslas on here, of course. That's why we're going to hop over to tesla.com here in a second. But if you're looking at used Teslas, as Justice said, here we've got the Model Y, 1,600 listings nationwide. I would not pay 60,000 bucks for a 2020 Model Y with 30,000 miles on it. But those prices remain elevated. I mean, here's one that's got some custom mods and the nicer rims for 73,000 out the door. That is a lot. So at
Yeah.
YAA's car search, you can see out the door price estimates based on the calculations that we've created with the expertise of YAA's auto experts. So we get you a more accurate quote. But Justice, thank you for sharing the Tesla numbers. You mind if we hop over to tesla.com real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. And don't forget, not only can you not find new on there, you can't find certified. There's no such thing as a Tesla certified vehicle outside of Tesla themselves. So yeah, I'd love to see look up a used Model Y on Tesla because I don't think you're going to get 70,000 for that same vehicle
Yeah, that's a good point.
because you're not
Now,
flipping to Tesla.
Tesla's not giving me any inventory for the Model 3 anywhere within 200 miles of the DC area. Let's see what happens if I want to order a Model 3 right now and what the delivery time is. Okay, so just as they spec it with the fancy schmancy rims, the 19-inch sport wheels, the Model Y delivery time, it's this month or next month. That's pretty awesome. I would say that would be one of the best availability estimates out there on the market, if not the best. I mean, what other EVs can you order and get delivered a month later right now? It's just Tesla, I guess, right?
Yeah, just Tesla right now.
So basically immediate availability for the Model 3. Let's go to the Model Y. If we want to order now, December to March. That looks like your delivery date, and that's still pretty
Which
impressive.
is still quick. Yeah.
And what if you make it red with full self-driving? Let's say a white interior, and I want to spend 15 grand on full self-driving. Personally, I would not do that, but who cares what I would do? Doesn't change the delivery date. So it looks like no matter what you do, that's your delivery time frame. In the past, we've seen that if you add special options, it will accelerate your delivery estimate. But that is not the case right now. Quite
Yeah.
interesting.
And that was probably because it's such a large window. Right?
Yeah.
December to March. So
yeah. And now they're building them in in Texas and in California for the US market. And Giga Berlin over there in Germany is really cranking up production too.
And they've ramped up production so much in Fremont here in California that they have brought many, many workers from Shanghai over to California to help meet production demands.
Okay. Now, what is the next highest availability on your list? First was everything Tesla. Not really a surprise there. But if someone hates Tesla, let's say they have got a grudge against Elon Musk, or they just don't like the minimalism, I don't know. Who knows?
Gee, why would anyone not like Elon Musk?
What would be their next best option? Let me guess, because I haven't actually looked at this list. That's embarrassing, Justice. But
No.
let me take a guess. Chevy Bolt.
Yep, you got it. Yep.
Okay, that was a genuine guess.
Chevy is number 2 at 5,052 available. So Tesla had 5,570 and Chevy has 5,052. And that is broken down to, this is where I was more surprised. The Bolt EUV has 3,164, while the Bolt has 1,888.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
So if you're looking for a Bolt, the EUV, which I actually like a little bit more, is actually easier to find. And you might be able to get, with those kind of inventory numbers, you might be able to get a good deal out there.
And the Bolt has plenty of range. People overlook that. I've overlooked that myself. I'm guilty of that in the past. 259 miles of EPA rated range for the Bolt EV. The EUV is just a few miles less. The EUV is, I don't know, it's slightly larger. I agree, Justice. I like it better than the standard Bolt. However, it's just slightly larger.
Yeah.
The price is great. If you can find one without a massive dealer markup, you might be able to find one for around 30 grand. 260 miles of electric range for 30 grand. That's a great deal. However, if you travel a lot, keep in mind that it does take like 45 minutes to an hour to add 200 miles of range. That's not great for a family, but otherwise, it's the best deal out there right now.
Yeah, as a daily driver around your city, it's a great deal. And again, the higher the inventory number, the more that should be your target, because the more competition, the more chance you have of getting a good deal.
Yeah. What would be next on the list of most inventory right now?
Do you have a guess on the next one? Because I wouldn't have gotten this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I want to guess. Nissan Leaf?
No. See, and I would have guessed Hyundai, personally. But it's actually Ford.
Oh, Mustang Mach-E?
And the Lightning. Yep. So Ford has 3,795 available nationwide. Of those, 2,316 are the Mach-E. And then you have 1,479 Lightnings available. So it's that Mach-E that's going to be the... I know you can actually get a Mach-E relatively easy here in California for MSRP, at
That's
least
good
in
to know.
Northern California.
Well, here's a
The Lightning I still haven't
premium
seen.
all-wheel drive for almost 70 grand. That's a
Yeah.
bad deal, but
Yeah, that's a bad deal.
don't do that.
Don't do that. Yeah, so you can get some good deals on those. The Lightning, I'm guessing outside of California, you can probably find better deals on those. I've still only ever seen one in person. And all the EVs I see every day, I've only ever seen one Lightning. I know they're more prevalent where you are.
Yeah, I've only seen 2. I did see a third one actually at Electrify America, and that was cool seeing just an F-150 plugging in at Electrify America. Thankfully, the charger did work for them. Does not always, but yeah, that was just a surreal sight because it from a side profile at least, the F-150 Lightning looks like any other truck. So it was the first time seeing just a regular looking truck sitting there charging at Electrify America. It was a special moment for me. But yeah, these ones are marked up. The Lariat starts a bit below 84 grand. So if you start to see an F-150 Lightning Lariat at 100 grand sticker price, that is too much.
Yeah.
Wow, these are, look at this Lariat, 122,000. This is ridiculous. Ford, take care of this problem. That's
Well, they sent out memos. Did the dealers not get the memo?
I'm sure they've got paper shredders for that.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got
All right.
first on the list of most availability were the Teslas, no surprise there. Second on the list, Chevy Bolt. Then you got the Mustang Mach-E and Lightning from Ford, F-150 Lightning. What is next? I'm not going to guess this one.
Next is where I would have assumed. It's Hyundai.
Oh, so it's probably a combination of both models then.
Yeah, so it's the Ioniq 5 and the Kona EV, and then 33 Nexos, which I did include fuel cell.
Yeah.
Because it does exist. And I actually, several of my neighbors seem to have them. I see 3 Nexos driving around me all the time. So my neighbors have them.
Interesting.
But there are 3,083 electric Hyundais out there. 1,672 of them are Ioniq 5s. And then 1,378 are Konas. I was surprised to see that number so close to each other, actually.
Yeah, me too. I wonder if they're 2022 or 2023 model years that would make up the majority of the new Konas, because the Kona EV has had a huge facelift for the 2023 model year. However, it still has the same, let's be honest, outdated electric powertrain. It does not have the awesome eGMP platform that the Ioniq 5 and Kia EV6 share. But otherwise, I think it looks a whole lot better for the new year.
Looks better, but if you're getting into an EV, yeah, I would probably want to stick with the Ioniq 5.
Yeah, that is true. All right, so Hyundai on the list. Is the next one going to be Kia?
No, actually, it is not. The next one on the list is the Volkswagen.
Oh, ID4?
ID4 and 134 e-Golfs are still out there.
That is interesting.
But yeah, so you got Volkswagen with 2,970, being 2,836 being the ID4s. So very popular model. Obviously, when you're getting up into those numbers with a single vehicle, as opposed to spreading it across multiple models, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, but here's some important info that everyone needs to consider if you're even thinking about purchasing a Volkswagen ID4. If you buy one in November or December, it's not going to qualify for the US EV tax credit. Those rules go into effect January 1st, 2023, I believe. So you might want to make sure that you go for a US built, Chattanooga, Tennessee build ID4 to get that tax credit. But otherwise, I think the ID4 is a great offer.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
MSRP.
Yeah, at MSRP. Don't be paying up. Now there are lots of good Volkswagen dealers out there, so it's just a matter of. I know you can probably find one at MSRP. It's just how long you're going to have to wait to get it at MSRP.
Yeah, and no matter what you do, don't pay Ioniq 5 or Kia EV6 prices for a Volkswagen ID4 because, I mean, the Hyundai and Kia options are so much more capable when it comes to both range and charging capabilities. I feel like the resale value would be significantly diminished 5 years down the road. However, if you're looking at an ID4 for closer to 40 grand, and let's say an Ioniq 5 SEL mid trim for 50 grand, I think the ID4 could still be a compelling buy.
Yeah, I think it's a nice vehicle with the exception of the infotainment screen, which we all know. But software fix will fix that someday.
Yeah.
I think it's a really nice, capable low vehicle. So
I've driven it several times and I really enjoyed the ride quality. It's definitely not sporty, but it's wonderful for families or just commuters who don't want to be thinking about the fact that they're sitting in traffic for an hour or, flying along at 80 miles per hour. It's just a great place to be on the road, but it's not sporty. All
okay,
right.
I'm gonna make you guess this next one because I don't think there's a single chance you get it.
I like that. I like the pressure. Audi e-tron.
How the hell did you do that? Yes, it is. It is the Audi. I wouldn't have even come close. Audi e-tron with 2037 of them available.
Oh, I only guessed that because you gave me that hint, which is I would never guess it. Otherwise, I would have guessed the EV6 or the Nissan Leaf. I'm still surprised we haven't gone up to the Nissan Leaf yet. So we're going to be considering every variant of the e-tron, right? Because it's 2022 and there are
Yeah.
lots of options.
Yeah, I just ended up lumping them together because there's just so many model options there. But yeah, so I did the Q4 e-tron separate, 591 of those, and then lumped all the other e-tron trims together at 1,446 available nationwide.
Yeah, most of them would by far be the traditional e-tron, which is what I've got pulled up right here. The Q4, which has just begun deliveries, I believe, last quarter. I had a pretty mean review from Car and Driver, but we'll talk about that later. Car and Driver does not like the Q4 e-tron. And then there's also the Sportback variant. But I'm a fan
Yeah.
of the Audi e-tron family. They're basically better looking ID4s. They have got the same exact powertrain, same charging capability. I believe they can go up maybe 20 kilowatts, a bit higher on the peak charging speeds. That's just a software limited thing I think they've got going on. But it's the same vehicle with an Audi badge on it. Looks better, costs more. So that's going to depend on your price point. But it looks nice in my opinion. What do you think? Is it pretty?
Yeah, I like it. I think they are great. They're great little vehicles. They're great EVs. If you're wanting to go into a luxury EV, that's a great option, I think.
I agree. What's next on the list?
All right, I'm going to crush Igor's dreams because it's not BMW yet.
Oh,
It is actually Volvo
C40.
with the C40 and the XC40
Mm-hmm.
recharge. Mostly C40. So it was 1,815 available nationwide. C40s account for 1,368 of those, and 447 XC40 recharges.
That is way more than I would have thought
So,
because
yep.
I take care of the monthly update of new car inventory. We've got a guide at joinyaa.com, and Volvo typically is at the bottom of that list. They've got the worst inventory, so I am super surprised. I almost wonder if dealers aren't throwing vehicles on their listings that might not be here for 8 months.
I think most of these are in transit. So,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how long they are. Unfortunately, we can't weed out how legitimate the dealers' websites are.
Yeah, very, very interesting. All
So
right.
when you all come to live chat and ask me why the listing's not legitimate, please. I can't control what the dealer puts on their website. All we can do is go with the information available. I have my suspicions about that number as well.
And I am keeping track of our list so I can recap at the end for our new viewers. What was before the Audi e-tron?
Before the Audi was
Hyundai?
Yes.
Okay, and then before that was Ford.
No, sorry. Volkswagen was right before
Oh,
the
okay.
Audi, and then Hyundai.
All right, then I'm caught up on my list. I know we got a bunch of people that tend to join us in the last 5 minutes. I guess more people have their lunch breaks around that time, or they're waking up over there on the West Coast. So I wanted to make sure and share that with everyone. Awesome. So what's next after Volvo for the most EV inventory right now?
Finally, here is the Nissan Leaf.
Hey, we
I
haven't
know
even
you've
gotten
been
into
waiting
Kia
for it.
yet. Yeah.
Nope. No, we haven't. And I was very surprised at that. I expected Kia to be much higher on this list. But the Nissan Leaf, 1,531 total units available nationwide.
And about 600 that are new.
Yeah.
I'm looking at these new prices.
So,
I would not pay this kind of money for a Nissan Leaf. I'm sorry. I'm a fan of the Leaf for it's what it brings as affordability to the market, but you can't be spending Volkswagen ID4 money on a Nissan Leaf in 2023. It's just my opinion, but I'm sticking to it.
I'm a fan of the Leaf as they were one of the first out there. They got the ball rolling, and I appreciate the legacy. And that's about where my admiration for the Leaf ends, personally.
Yeah. Yep. I think the Leaf is a good deal for under 30 grand, but not a dollar above that. I was thrilled to hear that Nissan is not going to kill off the Leaf. There was a rumor about 2 or 3 months ago that they were going to finish off the Leaf, cancel it from production. There's quite a bit of pushback to that because it's one of the, 2 affordable options on the market right now, under 35 grand in the electric vehicle sector. So removing that would really just hurt electrification in general. But Toyota backtracked and said it's going to stay around in some form. I imagine they're going to turn the Leaf into a more compelling product at a price point below the Nissan Aria, because the Aria starts at like 48 grand. It's not cheap.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see like a better $35,000 starting price Nissan Leaf in 2024. That would be cool. That would be a great value, especially if it charged quicker.
Yeah, with their legacy, I sure would like to see them update it and make it to a viable current EV at a good price. I'd love to see them continue to succeed there.
Me too. Now, where's Kia at, Justice?
Well, actually, next we can't forget BMW. BMW's next.
i4 and iX.
So i4 is the number one out there with 934 of them. Next is the i3, since we're still doing used, at 128 of them. The iX only has 49 available, and the i7 has 2.
I didn't even know the i7 was on sale right now. That's
I'm guessing this is a very this is just dealers saying, hey, this car's coming.
Yeah, I think, let me see. Let me go ahead and pull that up. Huh. Looks like
so BMW has 1,113 available total units nationwide right now.
Yeah, that's impressive. That's more than I would have thought. I've seen a few i4s and one iX. The iX, the takeaway for me was that it's beautiful on the inside and atrocious on the outside. So, sorry, BMW, you got to do better. I'm going to go ahead and pull up an image of that to share with everyone because I want to know what you guys think.
I've never been a fan of the grills on the BMWs. Just always been my thing. Like that wasn't something I enjoyed, but they sure do drive well.
Yeah, I haven't driven one. I've only seen them at Electrify America. I'm not even offended by the normal BMW grills. It's just these massive ones that it's like, come on. If you want to be a beaver, just put on like a fur coat. You don't have to do the whole teeth thing. Yeah. Let's see. Interior.
The Bugs Bunny car.
To me, this is nice. Color scheme's a little weird, but yeah.
They're very nice inside. They drive really well. They're nice vehicles. I just am not a fan of the exterior styling.
Yep, but enough about our opinions. Let's get back to some numbers. So after BMW, we've got some more options that are going to still be coming, right?
Here you go, but come on. Here it is. Say it.
Kia EV6.
There you go. Kia EV6.
Let me guess a number. 650 EV6s.
That is very close. 625 EV6 and 113 Niros.
Okay. Yeah, and the revamped Niro is pretty awesome in my opinion, except for its slow charging time. But the EV6, if you can afford it, even if you got to like stretch it to get into the entry level EV6, if you plan on keeping your EV for a long time, I would go for the EV6 every day because it just charges more than twice as fast as the Niro.
Yeah.
I wonder what the price difference is between the two, though. It's not as big as you would think. All right, so let's sort this by the most affordable new Kia EV6 on the market nationwide. Okay, 42 grand. That's MSRP for the base model. I wonder if that's what it would actually be if you showed up at the dealership, but let's say it is 42 grand. Now let's go to the brand new Kia. Come on. Gotta pull it up right about, what's this one called again?
Niro.
Oh, see, I thought Niro was the Hyundai one. That's the Kona.
That's Kona, yeah.
All right. Lowest price. Make sure we're looking at only new ones. These aren't electric. That's why. We
got to go down to fuel or gas type, fuel type. Because it is a filter out there, guys. It is a filter. You can filter out EVs or hybrids.
Yes. Can't believe it, Justice. So you got new and electric filters applied. Is this right? It says there are only 3 new Kia Niro EVs nationwide.
For new, yeah, that's probably about right. I mean, there's only 113 total.
Yeah. Wow.
So,
yeah, do not spend this amount of money, 42 grand, if you might be able to get a Kia EV6, even at like 45, 46, 47 grand, because the EV6 is so much better, so much more capable. It charges in like 20, 25 minutes, whereas the Kia Niro charges in about 50 minutes. So if it's coming down to this small of a gap in price, go for the EV6.
Yep, absolutely. Let's be honest, Hyundai Kia dealers are the most difficult dealers to deal with right now, just as they're being kind of stubborn in their negotiations. So you're not going to get a great deal on a Niro and then have to pay more for the EV6. They're going to be stubborn both ways.
Yeah, that is true. Penny in the chat has a good point. The 2023 models are seeing a price bump, but they're not listed yet. Interesting. So we'll have to check back in a bit. And this is not the revamped exterior styling that the Kia Niro has for the 2023 model year. This is the old styling. So yeah, we'll get into that later. What's next on the list? Are we getting towards the end?
We are getting towards the end. We have a tie here.
Okay.
We have Toyota, the BZ4X, now that they're actually able to sell again.
Interesting.
At 351 available nationwide.
For Toyota as a brand, right?
For, well, BZ4X, it's the only EV. Actually, I did not include the fuel cell in there. So oops.
Because I'm only getting 164. Interesting.
But you're showing new only, right?
I don't think so.
No? Oh. Well, last night it was 341.
Maybe Toyota had to remove a bunch of listings because they forgot to fix the wheels from the recall. I don't know.
Interesting, yeah.
But I've never seen one.
Nope, I've never seen that or the Solterra.
So is that the next one?
No. The tie with Toyota is the Genesis.
Oh, GV60?
GV60 and GV80 EV.
Yeah.
So you got to group them up. So you got 194 GV60s and 157 G80 EVs.
Now I wonder what is it the G80 or GV80?
The G80.
Okay.
Sorry.
Wonder what it starts at. I don't know. Whew.
It was a lot.
Yeah, starts at about 80 grand.
Yeah, it was
Out
a
the
lot.
door, taxes included, you're looking at 90 grand. It's a lot of money. These are powered by the same platform as the Kia EV6 and Hyundai Ioniq 5. So, yeah, you're getting a way nicer interior. It's a luxury car, but I'm happy with my Ioniq 5.
All right. And just to run through the rest of the list real fast, we don't have to discuss each one real fast since we're hitting up our time.
Yeah.
We got Mercedes at 286, followed by Mini at 221, even though I don't think the Mini's selling yet, is it?
Yeah,
I
they've
haven't
got
seen
the
it.
hardtop electric
Yeah.
on sale, mostly in California, I think.
And then from there, we go to Polestar at 149. So numbers are getting small now.
Hmm.
And then Subaru has 90 of the Solteras. Jaguar has 59 of the I-Paces. And then Porsche has 24. Smart 42 EV has 21. I do see those. And then, I'm sorry, we forgot Fiat at 87 of them, Fiat 500s.
Okay. That's
And then,
go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was going to say, I feel like we did a disservice to Polestar because if you order a Polestar 2, I just looked it up, you could get it delivered sometime around January to spring of 2023. So we'd have to tuck Polestar in there somewhere.
Yeah, well, I know. So even when we get to Rivian at 19 of them, some of these direct to consumers, of course, aren't showing up very well because we're looking at dealerships. So you can certainly get more of these the direct to consumer vehicles easier by going to them directly. And then last but not least, we have the Cadillac Lyric at 2.
Ah, yes. GM delivered 30 something lyrics in the last quarter. So they're out there somewhere. All right. To wrap this up, then I'm going to go over the top 10 by most availability. Okay. So these are the 10 EVs with the most availability in America right now, new and used. Number 1, Tesla Model 3. Then you got the Model Y from Tesla. Remember, if you order these, you can get them almost immediately or within a few months. That's way better than the order wait times for most other EVs. Yep. Number 3, Chevy Bolt. 4, Mustang Mach-E and the F-150 Lightning, which you got to pay a premium for because of dealer markups. Hyundai is next on the list with the Hyundai Kona and my own Ioniq 5. Then the Volkswagen ID4. Audi e-tron, Volvo C40, and XC40. And then after that, you got BMW. So those are the top EVs by availability in November 2022. I think this was a good show, Justice.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun. There's some surprising. To Mark's comment, if I may, nothing from Alfa Romeo. That could just be a user error and not looking up the Alfa Romeo.
Yeah. Well,
oops.
I don't think they've got anything. They don't have anything electric right now.
They didn't pop up on my list. If they do, I don't know about it. So I didn't look it up.
I will learn to be more confident in what I'm saying because I follow this stuff every day. And Alfa Romeo, no pure EVs right now. They've got a hybrid, but yeah, maybe someday. All right, Justice. Well, we'll see you on Monday, everyone. If you've got any special topics you want to request for the show, let us know at the YAA Electric Vehicle Forum over on our community. Okay, so check out joinyaa.com. We've got thousands of EV drivers and people just thinking about buying EVs, or people who hate EVs and they just want to pop into the EV forum and let us know why they hate EVs. All kinds of stuff going on over there. It's always a fun time. Let us know, what topics would you like to hear on the show coming up, or if there are any guests you'd love to see, that'd be cool too. But Justice, I hope you have a great weekend, everyone. Have a good weekend. It's Friday. Let's celebrate that.